Alright, I'm going to show you how to draw this picture, but first we have to look at a few references. So we have this, a robotic head, another one, and we have a full SpringTrap body, close up of his face, and we got a spring body drawing as well. So now that we've looked at the references, I'm going to start sketching out the heads. I'm using a 3/4, which is like a side angle view, but it's not a complete flat side. I'm going to be drawing them away from each other. So at this phase it's a rough sketch, so the most important thing is to get the shapes just round and kind of abstract on the paper, and we can add some slight little detail. Detail doesn't have to be perfect, that can be fixed later. One of the most important things at this point is getting the two heads to look like each other, mirror images, at least in the proportion shape, since the one is the new and the other is the deteriorated version. So throughout this I went back and readjusted some of the roundness of their heads to make them more equal, and you'll see me do that later with their arms and their body posture too. So here I start adding some detail, such as the fur and the bows, and then right about here you can see I made the Spring Bonnie's head rounder. Okay, and then once I am happy with the shape of my figures and that they look similar to each other in proportions, the proportions look okay, I start to erase my sketch lines that aren't needed to be there anymore. They're just there to help us get those nice round shapes. So we're going to start erasing some of that and just leaving the outline of the pencil. That way we can start inking. Also right about here you're going to see SpringTrap's bow change as I start to fix the shape of it, because it wasn't quite looking realistic for a ripped bow, so it changes right there. Okay, here I start to ink over the pencil, and then once I also correct some of the shapes here, such as like Spring Bonnie's eyelids were too small, so I made them larger and rounder while inking. And then once I'm complete with my ink, I erase the pencil. As long as your ink is dry, you want to make sure it's dry first before you erase the pencil underneath it. Alright, so right about here I start inking, and I only color in the spots that I am sure of, what should be shaded and what should not be shaded. So either certain areas get the flat straight color, or other areas get the dark shade of color, like there's shine on the bow. Also go back in and color some of the details. I tried to do contrasting shadows on both of the SpringTrap and Spring Bonnie. On SpringTrap I do a little bit more shadow because Spring Bonnie is in front of him, so the shadow is getting casted on SpringTrap. And also I didn't do the bright white shine on the dirty bow of SpringTrap where I did on Spring Bonnie. And this is basically the finished product. I was really happy with this because I haven't really drawn any like zombie versions or destroyed or broken down versions of anything prior to this, so it came out really nice. And I hope to make some more drawing tutorials like this and show off how some of this artwork you guys can draw it as well if you go about it using these shapes and then just changing and adjusting some of your shapes that are a little off. That way they get more and more looking like the actual character. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll have more videos for you in the future.